Welcome everybody. We are here in the end of the first half in the qualifier round for the Europa League match between Benfica and St. Gallen. It's the second leg playing in Lisbon. Estádio da Luz. Benfica is winning 1-0. On the aggregate is 2-2. Benfica that lost at Switzerland and is playing much better today, finding better ways through the press of St. Gallen. St. Gallen basically, they got 2 shots on target, same as Benfica, but they were way less dangerous. Benfica with more possession, more attacks on the goal. Still, Balde, the striker from St. Gallen, causing a lot of trouble to the right side of Benfica's defense, especially to Ba. Ba very soft defending, but great going forwards. Maybe he needs to start playing as a midfielder or a winger because defensively it's kind of not being very solid. Benfica made 2 changes today, Baranechea and Barreiro coming in, and that really improved the midfield, especially the energy and the press of Barreiro. And also, he makes a lot of movements into the box. So, for example, Pavlidis comes in, he picks the ball, helps the team play around, and then Barreiro takes his place and goes to the box. Kaminski playing better today as well. He and Sudakov are playing better than before. Sudakov still needs more confidence in himself, more self-trust. Kaminski and Sudakov started a bit cold, but Kaminski then got more chances and is playing really, really well. Antonio Silva made a great run through the middle of the park. Then he made a pass to Pavlidis. Pavlidis made a pass to Rafa. Rafa made a cross to Antonio Silva and almost scored a goal. I would love to see a goal today. And Benfica is playing much better. Turbine a bit non-intelligent today, coming out of the goal twice, very, very wrongly, almost giving a goal away. But Benfica is playing much better. They're not trying forcibly to play through the back and through the middle and do a pseudo tiki-taka from Timu. If St. Gallen is pressing high, they make these medium-long passes, semi-long passes, and it's working greatly. Let's check those stats. Benfica with 0.73 expected goals, St. Gallen 0.30. They got the ball on the post, that's right. Then ball possession, Benfica 74%, St. Gallen 26%. On target, total shots 10 for Benfica, 7 for St. Gallen. On target 2 for Benfica, 2 for St. Gallen. Benfica with 5 corners and almost got a goal from the corner there. That's right. Only 1 corner for St. Gallen. And player stats. Who are the best players so far? Pavlidis with the goal, of course. Rafa Silva with the assist, I believe. Ba creating good opportunities, and Dal also playing well on the left. I think Antonio Silva deserved a bit more qualification over there. But Langley, solid. Very solid. Antonio Silva participating much more. Much more. Let's see here. Touches in the opposition box. Barreiro with 7. Accurate passes in the final third. Rafa Silva and Antonio Silva and Dal and Barreiro. Most duels won. Dal. Okay, good defensive work, and Barranche as well. Alright lads, let's see how the game ends. Hopefully Benfica wins today. Welcome again everybody, we're here in the end of the match. And in the end of the fixture of the qualification for the Europa League. Benfica 5, St. Gallen 0 with 4 goals from Pavlidis and 1 goal from Langley. Great surprise today, Antonio Silva played really well, not only defensively, but going forwards, making passes, making runs to the box. There was a play where he made a pass to himself, he was outside of the box, made a pass into the box, nobody touched the ball, so he made a run and he collected the pass himself. Great games today for Benfica, great game, great performances. Barreiro did very well, of course. Pavlidis with 4 goals did very well as well. But I think Kaminski and Sudakov really improved as well, showing some magic. Benfica was very dynamic, very fluid, very active, and St. Gallen just couldn't do much. In the first half, they still create some danger, but in the second half, Benfica completely dominated. It was very bad for St. Gallen because they concede the second goal, and then they see the red card. And from there on, Benfica just start piling up the press. So, here, let's check the stats. Benfica with 3.63 expected goals, St. Gallen 0.92, ball possession 72% for Benfica, 28% for St. Gallen. Shots on target 10 for Benfica, 3 for St. Gallen. Big chances 6 for Benfica, they scored 5, because the keeper saved the header from Antonio Silva, I believe. And then 1 big chance for St. Gallen. Then we had 9 corners for Benfica, and 1 for St. Gallen. 2 for St. Gallen, I mean. Benfica with 86% pass completion, St. Gallen with 70% pass completion. Individually, Pavlidis was the best player, 9.8 rating. Langley 8.9. Antonio Silva 8.6, I totally agree on that. Ba 8.5, he played well. Dal 8.1, Luka Bacchio 7.5 because he made the assist, Rafa 7.5, Sudakov 7.5, Kaminski, I think he deserved a bit better. I think he was doing very well, especially in the second half. Then most shots, Pavlidis with 6, Barreiro with 4, and Friokai with 4 as well. Okay. And then Balde, Luka Bacchio, and Sudakov with 3 shots each. Pavlidis 4 goals, Lenglet 1 goal. Expected goals, Pavlidis 2.11, he also got the penalty. Frokai 0.61, Barreiro 0.6. XG on target, Pavlidis 2.77, Lenglet 0.74, and Barreiro 0.59. Shots on target 4 for Pavlidis, 2 for Balde, and 2 for Sudakov, and Barreiro, Dal, Frokai, Lenglet, and Silva got a shot each. Off target, Bulkafa got 2, Frokai got 2, Balde got 1, and a lot of people got 1 shot off target. Blocked shots, Barreiro with 2, and Luka Bacchio with 2 as well. Most touches in the opposition box was Pavlidis with 10, Barreiro with 9, Rafa Silva with 7, and then Sudakov with 6. Successful dribbling, Frokai 2 out of 2 together with Owusu. Then big chances missed, Barreiro with 2 and Frokai with 1. Most touches in general, Antonio Silva, and then Lenglet. Antonio Silva played so well today. He's going away to Bournemouth for 20 million euro, if I'm not mistaken. And today's game made me a bit sad because he played so well, especially great passes, finding spaces on the right, on the middle, on the left, then making runs himself going forwards, solid on the defense, showing off a certain level of aura and confidence. Really, really good. But maybe it's all because he was the last game and he knew he wouldn't be coming back to Benfica, and he's like showing off and feeling more confident. Because Benfica sometimes feels like it drains confidence from their players. It's a tough environment, but it is what it is. Full suffered, 2 for Barrenechea, 2 for Kaminski, Pavlidis, Rios, and Van der Merk. Offsides, 2 for Balde, 2 for Kaminski, 1 for Pavlidis and Vidzic. Most accurate passing was Antonio Silva with 111 out of 119. Then Lenglet, Barrenechea, Dal, Ba. Then big chances created, 2 for Ba, 1 for Kaminski, Rafa, Stevanovic, and Sudakov. Key passes, very important, 2 for Sudakov. There are a lot of players with 1 key pass. Most assists, 1 for Ba, 1 for Kaminski, 1 for Luka Bacchio, and 1 for Rafa, because then the other one was the penalty, the other goal for Benfica. Expected assist, 0.84 for Ba. It was an interesting play there, because Ba supposedly was offside, but actually it was the defender. It was actually Frokai that made the pass, quote-unquote, to Ba. Then Luka Bacchio, 0.37 assists. Expected assists, Sudakov with 0.23. Accurate pass in the final third, very important. Antonio Silva, 23 out of 29 accurate pass in the final third. That could be actually useful if he stays at Benfica. I don't think he will, but that's actually really, really good. But also, this opponent was not that strong, versus strong opponents can be different. Samuel Dal with 8 out of 20 accurate passes in the final third. Rafa, 15 out of 19. Barrenechea, 12 out of 12. Sudakov, 11 out of 16, pretty good. Accurate long passing, Antonio Silva, 10 out of 14. Lenglet, 10 out of 17. Ba, 7 out of 10. Really good. In the defense, most duels won was Dal, 8 out of 11. Then Barrenechea, 8 out of 13. In the air, Barrenechea, 5 out of 7. And Dal, which is, I think, the shortest player on the field today, 4 out of 6. Then Burkhardt, 3 out of 3, pretty good. In the ground, most ground duels won was Stevanovic, 6 out of 7, then Dal, 4 out of 5, and Frokai, and Ruiz also with 4 out of 5. Most tackles won was Barreiro, 2 out of 2, with Antonio Silva as well, and then Ruiz, 2 out of 4, and Stevanovic, 2 out of 4. Fouls committed, Gottler and Stanik with 3. Stanik saw 2 yellow cards, so he was sent off. Most interceptions was Dashner and Lenglet with 3 each. Most clearances, Stanic with 8. And then Vandermatch with 7, and then Okoroji with 6, because their team spent the most time defending. Then Barrenechea and Antonio Silva with 4, and Antonio Silva with 3 for Benfica. Wałtowiak made 5 saves, Trubin made 2. He conceded 5 goals, of course, poor Wałtowiak. And he made 2 punches, 4 throws, and then acted as a sweeper once. Same for Trubin. So very good game, very good result for Benfica. Their next adversary will be Hearts from Scotland. They lost heavily to Sturm Graz, in the Champions League qualification. Benfica played very well today. They still started the game a bit slow and cold, but they found ways to counter the press of St. Gallen. They found ways to press themselves, and mostly they were very, very creative, very dynamic, very fluid, creative, excited. Kaminski was, you could see in his face, he wanted to do a goal or an assist, and he did. He got an assist. And even Antonio Silva, the central back, was very creative as well. Pavlidis was very important, not just with the goals, but dropping in to receive the ball. Este é o Benfica que eu conheço, that's the Benfica I know, yeah, true. But also the opponent wasn't that strong, you have to keep that in mind, it wasn't like a super strong opposition, but it caused problems at Benfica, in Switzerland. St. Gallen did cause some problems, so we have to also recognize that and understand that St. Gallen was not that bad. They were second place in Switzerland. They won the Swiss Cup as well, and they won 2-1 at Benfica at Switzerland versus Benfica, where they created a lot of problems with their press. You know, Pavlidis in his prime, yeah, I could see so. Com ele somos campeões, and then with him we are champions, and then we have Duran, we have Ivanovic. Benfica is a good team this year, I think. We have some good subs. I think the starting 11 is going to be very strong. I think Benfica just needs a better left back. Dal is pretty good, but we need a left back that is better than him, or a left back that at least is as good as Dal to work as a sub. Yeah, you like Kaminski. I also liked Kaminski today. I think he did very well. Sudakov did better than usual as well, but it took some time to come back to form and confidence. But he was doing dribbles, he was doing body feints, he was doing great passes into space, he was getting away from the marking himself. Could be 7-0, could be 7-0. Barreiro. I really enjoyed Barreiro today. A lot of energy, going to the box, many times taking the ball out of the opponent, like the opponent thought the ball would go out, and he goes and gets it. Very good play, very good play. Benfica played really well today. Very, very good. Benfica felt good. I think playing at home also brings a lot of energy and good vibes. Next week will be versus Hearts at home first, and then the week after that will be in Scotland. Benfica will play first in Estádio da Luz. Also, honorable mention, Braga also got a win in their way to qualify for the Conference League, because we want the most amount of Portuguese teams possible in the European competitions. And I'm also excited to see Torriense, a team from the second league of Portugal, and they beat Sporting in the Portuguese Cup last season, and they are going to participate in the Europa League this season. So, hope they don't get too thrashed. Most likely, but hopefully not, they will hurt the Portuguese team's coefficient points to allow more teams to go to the European competitions, but that's fine. And Benfica can totally beat Hearts, I believe. Benfica can totally go to Europa League. Benfica can even win the Europa League. Porto was a strong contender last season, if you remember. Then they lost to Nottingham Forest because of a red card from Benarek. It was really dumb. But I think Benfica can have a chance as well. They still need, I think, another central back. They got one youngster, and they're looking for another one, because most likely Antonio Silva will go. Then yes, they have Tomás Araújo, but they still need another one. And I wish this Antonio Silva, the way Antonio Silva played today, I wish he wouldn't leave. For me, he wasn't, I think, the man of the match, but he was the one that I mostly enjoyed watching today. And let me know what you thought about today's performance, what was your best favorite play and player, and what you think about this Benfica under Marco Silva for 2026-2027. I really enjoyed the creativity, the dynamism, and the chemistry. Thank you for watching. See you on another video, on another football watch-along live stream, or in another Football Manager video or live stream. Thank you very much for watching. Yeah, Antonio Silva today was great. It was amazing. Thank you for watching. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, and I see you on the next one. Keep it cool, keep it healthy.